Hey everyone, welcome to Northern Strain Style. And today we're going to be talking about the Keitech Easy Shiner Swimbait. I'm using the 4-inch, doing a drop shot style. And I'm using 7-foot medium fast Elliott rod, 12-pound braided line, 8-pound fluoro leader sunline, Shimano 3000 reel, and you know I'm always using a rebarb hook and a 1/4 ounce Rains tungsten. And I've been on just a killer fall boot tail bite, and I remember the Sleepy Assassin Austin Felix talking about drop shot and a boot tail. And I don't know if he was talking more about current situations or whatnot, but man, I couldn't go wrong putting a boot tail on anything, so I put this on the drop shot, and man, I caught some of the biggest fish of the year with this bait. Yep, they were crushing it. And if the Sleepy Assassin ever sees this video, if he remembers, I sent him a frog, that Depths Buster K, and he's like, oh yeah, I'll send you a Keitech pack. And he never did, but whatever. Anyway, that's the spot I'm fishing off this long point here. They've just been stacked up out there, and there's so much bait fish out there and panfish, and I mean, I'm just going up and down the long point, and they're burying at depths where they're going to be at on certain days. But in these videos here, they were out off the way end and even out into the main basin. Some of them I would drop down on, and then some I could cast out to. But yeah, I mean, anything with a boot tail, they were crushing it. Up along the point, I was using a lot of biffle head stuff with a boot tail or a jig with a boot tail. But then when you got out towards the main basin more, there was a lot of more soft bottom stuff, and the drop shot just seemed to work a lot better. And these fish were fighting so hard, and made this video a little bit longer, but they were just crushing it. So if you've never tried drop shot and a boot tail, give it a shot. And I went up to the 4-inch just to keep the panfish from biting the smaller one, because I probably would have went with the smaller one, but there's so many panfish out there, and anytime you get around them, they're just so aggressive. They're just ripping the baits off the hook, and so I went with the 4-inch. And man, it's an awesome drop shot bait for sure. Definitely got some giant bites on it. Broke my net. Yeah. Don't worry, I fixed it. But yeah, just gloomy overcast day. There's still an algae bloom in the lake. And it's almost like an algae bloom where it's like, man, should I be drop shotting? But then, like, when you're fighting the fish and you can see them a pretty good distance away underwater, it's like, yeah, they can definitely see the bait. But then when I do the underwater footage, I'm like, man, it's a little hard to see the bait from far away. Yeah, perfect right in the corner of the mouth. That roboworm rebarb hook. And another thing about drop shotting, you know, yeah, sometimes you're going to have to jerk into them, you know, but if you can, just reel on into them, and you got your drag set just right where it gives a little. I always seem to set mine a little bit tighter, and that's why I'm always adjusting it. But yeah. Yeah, this was my first time drop shotting a boot tail. And it worked out. Played with it for a few times after that. But yeah, they were just fighting so hard. I didn't want to horse them in, you know. Grabbing my trout net, my dip net. Yeah. And I'm using that drop shot leader length. If you notice in some of the videos, it's, man, I'm going pretty long with it, like 24 inches, 20 inches in length. And it just seems to get bit more if that bait's been above the bass's heads. I mean, it's been too windy to kind of drop down gussy style on them, but if the bait's over their head, I've been getting bit a lot more, you know. And then of course I'm breaking weights off here and there, and it's getting smaller, and I can tell I wasn't getting bit hardly at all. And then I would go to that extra long leader length, and for sure some fall fatties. They're so dark too. Like this spot, I think they were all pushing out from the docks and just kind of like went out, just followed that main point out, you know, and just kind of stacked out there. Because the ones I'm catching out by the hump are a lot yellower looking. And these ones are still really green. And I've been getting bit on like 3 spots. This point, the hump, and then the rock ridge. And it's just where all the fish are. They're all congregated right now. They're out in their ice fishing where they would be for the winter. And it's been such a warm summer, and the lake had a really, really late algae bloom. And so it's been really weird. I've been waiting for them to push up shallow in a few spots on some of these shallow flats, but they just haven't done it. So I've been having to beat on these fish out deep, but there's new packs, so it's a timing thing. When these new packs come in, I can get 3 or 4 bites real quick, and then if I would hang out there, it would take sometimes a half hour or an hour before another pack would come in. Because I'm looking for hook marks and stuff, and some of the fish are really fresh. And that's the episode, guys. Thanks for watching.